Feminine woman does not chase. A feminine woman is a woman who carries herself as a prize. And if you have a tendency to chase and to earn love and to constantly finding yourself in dynamics where you are dissatisfied with amount of clarity, commitment, attention, and caring treatment for your heart and your desires, that is a sign of unprocessed, unhealed trauma. And I know trauma is a mainstream word and everybody uses it and everybody uses it as an excuse. Um, the reality is, we all have experiences that simply never got completed. So it doesn't have to be something huge. It can be something simple, as I wanted to spend more time with my parents and they were working and they were emotionally not available, but they were great parents who gave me everything. That is a trauma for 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old child who doesn't understand any of this, but whose nervous system doesn't feel safe. And then that creates this feeling that love needs to be chased and earned because I never got it enough. My system doesn't know how it feels to complete the loop, that when I receive appreciation, care, a great date, a text message, a tea, breakfast in bed, incredible orgasm, that is a completion of a loop and I'm being loved. So you simply did not learn that. And all of the other insanity that exists in the internet about dissecting your partners as narcissists and as avoidant and all a bunch of stuff, what it does, it feeds the chasing pattern because it always puts your attention outside of yourself, where what you really need to do is find a coach, find a somatic coach, find a great trauma-informed therapist, somebody who understands how psychological loops works and also understand that trauma lives in the body. Please don't talk for 10 years about that. It's not going to do anything. Find something that's fast. I offer such coaching. Reach out to me. We'll do it in 6 sessions max, which is going to be a combination of working with beliefs, working with the body. Easy, done. Um, but if you're not going to dedicate time for yourself, if you're not going to clear this gunk out, because this is a black hole. The problem is when you don't address this, you see every single person you meet and every relationship through the lenses of luck. You just bring it with you. You might say, I want something better, but the lenses you use to see a person and their behavior always with luck. And you're going to scan. He responded me every single day at this time or this fast. Today he didn't. What does that mean? And then the insanity begins. And nobody needs that gunk. No great available partner, material man would not deal with this kindergarten. He's just going to feel repelled by this and he will not understand why. He's not going to come to you and communicate that that's what's going on. He's just not going to feel desire to be around you. And then the more you are in a shrinking energy, the more you're in an energy, let me show, let me earn. Um, you shrink and you shut down your Shakti. You shut down your feminine radiance, your feminine magnetism, your feminine aliveness, because you're not there. You shrink till this size, and he, a big person's trying to find you, a big man trying to find you, you're not there. Needless to say that it impacts not only his desire to spend time with you, it's going to impact intimacy. It's going to impact the polarity. It's going to impact sexual energy that you share. And you would pay a very high price if you're not going to take responsibility for your own resentment, for your own demands, and for your own dissatisfaction. And the true liberation comes when we ask ourselves, What's my responsibility in the madness that I'm dealing with? And really, if you want to be a woman who is fully at peace and confident in her skin and has an incredible partner who shows up for her, you need to master a pretty high level of self-responsibility and self-agency. Because that, right, where you don't have the needy energy, where you don't have the energy of save me, that makes you a prize in the eyes of a man, right? Men unconsciously, they love challenge, but not challenge that you contradict him and fight his opinions and not do things that he asks you to do. That's not that challenge. That challenge turns you yet into another man, and then you guys just fighting, and but there's no spark, there's no chemistry. Challenge is she doesn't need me to complete her. How can I show up to enrich her life? How I can bring more my resources to make her life more pleasurable? How can I put a smile on this woman's face? That's his question. Because he's not sitting there thinking, oh, let me save her. She's so poor. She's so unhappy. She's so helpless. I'm going to show up and I'm going to save her. No, but if no high quality man thinks like that, and people who thinks like that, they're going to be sociopaths and clinical narcissists, and then you're going to pay a very, 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 very high price. You can learn about your trauma through those relationships, and many of us would go through abusive relationships in any kind of sort, or we trigger people to show up in that aggressive way. And that simply teaches us to learn how to take care of ourselves and finally close that unprocessed loop in our nervous system so we can become present and available to actually build a relationship and not looking for mommy and daddy to complete a 2 years old, unprocessed, unfair, deeply hurtful experience. But those experiences absolutely can be completed by you remembering that you are gorgeous, sexy, powerful, beautiful, fucking catch type of a woman, and you can show up for yourself and carry yourself the way you want to be treated.